Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready. Check. Walk 54. Check.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. The 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
That's it. 180. Mike's 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Back.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
They will go for it. Now Newton. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And a failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Brian Burns gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And he is going to go down, back at the 11-yard line. Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Here's Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Extra point good by Catanzaro. And it's now a 7-0 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a Le'Veon Bell touchdown run. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Carolina getting getting set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They're not ready for this, man.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. Well, partner, I want to revisit week 1. I got your positive takeaways from the first week of the NFL season. How about the bad stuff?
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Super Bowl celebration in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have to win some games first, and maybe now that's the best thing that could have happened to them. Maybe they can settle in because that's a good roster. Miami, we suspected it was going to be rough. I don't know that we suspected that bad on opening day. Jacksonville, the defense is supposed to carry this team. They got torched by Kansas City. And Pittsburgh just didn't show up against New England. And I don't think we expected that at all because I thought Pittsburgh's defense was really good in the preseason.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
We're going to shut you down.
So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. On 1st down, Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A final shot before the break, Darnold. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
They'll throw now on the final play. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. We now proceed to the start of the second half. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. From the 50, Newton. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Normally, we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Newton is going to get this one out to his fullback. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Newton. Flush to his right. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
This is McCaffrey, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Avery Williamson, the Jets' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's Newton. Steps away to his left. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
He's coming. We got double up. Check. Check hot route. Hot. 49. Check 49. Shoot. He's crashing. He's checking crack. Check 43. Wide.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. A 6-yard touchdown run as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. And the Jets have got it. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A first down throw, Darnold. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Third and long, it's Darnold. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. Well, at some point during this broadcast, we had to bring up the Antonio Brown saga, and that moment is right now. I got to get your thoughts. I got to get you on the record. What do you think of all this?
Well, when you go back to Oakland, and you know about my relationships with the head coach and the general manager there, but putting that aside, one, never would have made the deal for him. I just never saw him as a guy that was going to go from place to place and be the influence that you want in a locker room, and that proved to be true in Oakland. Now he gets a new start, kind of a fresh start, to put it mildly, in New England, and they seem to be all on board with that. But that has to be the one team that can take him, because they have a head coach there that if he doesn't do what the head coach wants, he actually will get rid of it. If he went to another team, they would try and continue to make it work, and that might grind down a team in a locker room, but that won't happen in New England. So if he's still there, that means it's working well. Otherwise, they'll be out of there fast.
Newton and Olsen here with a connection. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now it's Newton, escaping the pressure right. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Here's Newton. Dancing to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Panthers have taken the lead. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Darnold, he lost the football, but I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
I know you felt that one.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
A big gain of 31 on third down. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Darnold, and he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Gano for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A gain of 32 that time. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Turnover that just got them the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touch. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Ooh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. So that one will be accepted.
We're going to sign. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Here we go.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Darnold. And he gets it down to the 32. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd down and 12. And it's caught by Herndon. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing